What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. Before I crack on with this video, and before I do the promos as well, Man City's new kit has been released for the season, the new blue kit. I was thinking about doing a shirt review because I've never done one before, and so I'm going to put a proposal out there for people. I've had an array of blue shirts before, and quite frankly I prefer the retro blue shirts. I would wait for the away kit, but the goalkeeping kit, the green one in particular, they've put it in short sleeve, which is really rare, and I'm happy that they've done that. So I'm thinking of buying that top and doing a review. Normally I aim for 300 likes on a transfer update. I'm going to knock that up to 500 likes, and if this video gets 500 likes, I will buy that top and I will do that review. That way I know that people actually want to see that video, and not just me buying it for the sake of it. So yeah, if that is something you'd like to see, then do leave a thumbs up. 500 likes, that's what we're aiming for. Don't forget also to subscribe to my channel as well. That'd be brilliant. We're 700 subs away from 19k subscribers. It's free to subscribe. Stay up to date first and fast with the latest Manchester City transfer news every single day throughout the summer transfer window by subscribing. Also, social media links in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Twitch link also in the description below too. Like I said, leave a thumbs up. 500 likes is what we're aiming for, and leave your thoughts as well in the comments below. Without further ado, let's crack on with this video. I've been speaking for long enough without actually getting on with the transfers, so let's go. Callum Doyle, first player we've got an update on. Sunderland, they want to sign the 18-year-old centre-back this summer. Interestingly, they want him on a 2-year loan. Sunderland currently in discussions with Manchester City over this transfer. This is according to Roker Report, which is a Sunderland-based led fan site on Twitter. So I would normally question the reliability of this, but quite frankly, why would a story so particular like this be made up? The only thing that I think might be a little bit of a gripe on this story is a 2-year loan. If it was a season-long loan, I'd say yes, that probably would happen. 2 years, I'm not so sure on whether City would allow a youngster to go out for 2 consecutive seasons. It isn't uncommon for us to do that. So I'm not saying it wouldn't happen. It's just normally involving English clubs. It is normally just a season rather than 2 seasons, and we'd keep a track of their progress, and if you wanted to go back to the same club, we'd loan them again after their year-long loan. So we'll see. But there we go. We've also got an update on Ivan Ilic. Sports Witness have said that Ivan Ilic, of course, we already know, is wanted by Hellas Verona in Italy, and talks are progressing well for a loan move to happen, and it is going to be, if it does happen, a €1 million deal being discussed for the loan fee to be paid to Manchester City. Apparently Man City are warming to the idea of him going there on loan, and to be honest, I wasn't under the impression that Man City were cold to the idea and it wasn't going to happen, but there we go. Apparently Man City are warming to the idea, which I found particularly interesting. So now moving on to the ins, we've got an update, hooray, on Nuno Mendes. He's back in the headlines. I know everyone's buzzing about that. Sports Witness, they've been busy reporting about Manchester City in the last 24 hours. They're saying that Manchester City, they're not keen on Nuno Mendes because they're not keen on his price. €50 million is what's being chucked out there for someone relatively inexperienced. He's an 18-year-old left-back playing for Sporting Club de Portugal. He has had a good season in the previous season for them. Like I said, though, he is 18 years old, and quite frankly, paying north of €50 million for a player so young and relatively inexperienced would be daft, quite frankly, from Manchester City's end. So yeah, Man City apparently not keen to pay so much. He is being linked with Manchester City though, because Benjamin Mendy is being linked with the exit door, and Man City will only sign a left back this summer. First, Benjamin Mendy, though, needs to leave. That's the only way we will sign a left-back this summer. Benjamin Mendy, like I said, has previously been linked with the exit door. Just last week he was getting linked with a move to Inter Milan, and quite frankly I think Inter Milan would be a very good move for him. It's a slower league, it's less physical and demanding for him. It would help him with his injuries. Inter Milan are an extremely good team. They're in the Champions League, they win trophies, they've got a great winning mentality, they're a big club. It'd be a really good move for Benjamin Mendy. Mendy. And with that in mind, if Mendy was to go to Inter Milan, I would get behind Mendy out and Mendes in. Mendes, inexperienced, like I said, though, but he is 18 years old. He's got, what, 15 years, maybe more, in his legs. It would be a worthwhile signing. Left back is something Man City have struggled with. We've already got Zinchenko, Cancelo, Ake, who can all cover at left back. So bringing in somebody so young, you could have a year or two to really bred them in and develop and turn into our long-term solution at left back. And if the hype is to be believed behind Nuno Mendes, then that would be a worthwhile signing to make them worthwhile paying the money. And quite frankly, Man City like paying 50 million euros when it comes to fullbacks. So we'll see. Like I said, though, first Mendy needs to leave, and that is easier said than done. Now, moving on, we've got an update on Lionel Messi. If you're a fan of Leo Messi coming to Manchester City, you probably want to skip to the next chapter. Hagrid FCB, he's been reporting that Lionel Messi, he's agreed to lower his wage demands at Barcelona to help them financially as they're struggling with finances. They're struggling to get players registered. Lionel Messi would be classed as a new player because his contract is already expired. They're not meeting the salary cap that's in Spain in La Liga, and so they're needing to reduce their wage bill, and Lionel Messi cutting his wage in half does help to ease the pressure onto them. They probably would need to sell maybe a senior player or two as well as bringing that wage bill down before Lionel Messi and others like Aguero and Eric Garcia and Memphis Depay that's already signed for Barcelona before they could be registered to play in La Liga. And there is growing confidence more and more and more that this new contract will be signed by Lionel Messi. And it has been reported that it could be very soon that that contract is signed, sealed and delivered. Now, in terms of Lionel Messi, we have had more of an update from Fabrizio Romano. He said that Lionel Messi, he's set to sign his contract. PSG aren't interested. Man City's name wasn't even mentioned on the article, which I found interesting. So I presume that the ship has sailed. It's just started to, rumours have started to float around with his contract expiring, and he's free to talk to other teams to join elsewhere. That's why Man City's name over the last couple of weeks had been chucked out there. But it is seemingly looking like Lionel Messi will sign a new contract at Barcelona. And interestingly, Fabrizio Romano has said that it's going to be a 5-year deal rather than 2, with a 600 million euros release clause to financially help Barcelona. If he stays at Barcelona from this year for the next 5 years, that would see Lionel Messi retire at Barcelona, and this is seemingly looking like Lionel Messi giving up on his dream. He said his ambition was to go and play in the United States of America, so there we go. That's an interesting one. I imagine there'll be lots of little clauses included in that deal, like Lionel Messi, if he hands in a transfer request or requests that he wants to leave, then Barcelona have to abide by that, because that was a problem that they had under Bartomeu, who was their president. And Laporta, I'll tell you right now, is bending over backwards to make sure that Lionel Messi stays in Barcelona. So there we go. It's not looking like Lionel Messi will leave Barcelona in particular to come to Manchester City. Now, moving on to our final story, we've got a very interesting update on Harry Kane. Now, what I find interesting about this is we've had lots of rumours going round by lots of different sources, but we've never had anything too reliable. However, we have had some bits of reliable information come out, which has all but confirmed that Manchester City are interested in Harry Kane. We already know that. That is nothing new to us. However, Charlie Ecclesshare, he's the Spurs correspondent at The Athletic, has said that Manchester City, they are willing to go above their first offer, their first proposal that was put forward to Tottenham, which was rejected, of £100 million. It was rumoured that Man City had included a player on that deal, so it wasn't just straight up £100 million in cash. They said it was Raheem Sterling, and I'll tell you right now, after the European Championship campaign that Sterling has had, he's no longer on the table. City will be doing everything they can to get him on a new deal. Man City apparently willing to go above £100 million. He did say that Man City won't be going near £150 million though, which is apparently closer to Spurs' valuation of him, and so we're looking at some deal, I have heard before, like £130 million, which is an astronomical amount of money considering the COVID market that we are in. I would be amazed if Man City spent so much money on a striker. I would like us to go out there and sign Harry Kane. We've lost Sergio Aguero, our goal scorer. I'd like him to be replaced by a goal scorer. I can guarantee you right now, Harry Kane would score goals for Manchester City. He'd probably be the Premier League top goal scorer. He could probably add maybe 5 to 10 goals on top of what he scores at Tottenham Hotspur if he started every single game for Manchester City. Yes, he's a little bit injury prone, but I still firmly believe he is a 30 goal a season striker that Manchester City could have, and that's just in the Premier League, and you have to pay a lot of money for that. The question is it worth it from Manchester City's end? And what I would say to that is Man City have to realistically look at this. Is Harry Kane the next step up for Manchester City? Will Harry Kane help us to reach our goal? Our goal now has to be the Champions League. We want to win the biggest trophy of them all. A move from Harry Kane's end to Man City would make sense. It gives him trophies, gives him ambition, it gives him a lot of money, and it fulfills everything that Harry Kane would want from a football club. And I do feel like this summer is the summer, if Kane is to leave Spurs, that would come this summer. And it would make sense for a move to Manchester City. All this Harry Kane doesn't win trophies, it would end at Manchester City. He would win trophies. So I'm looking at it from a Man City perspective. Would Harry Kane then guarantee Man City win the biggest trophies and the biggest trophy of them all in the Champions League? And to me, Harry Kane would help us towards that. He's different to Sergio Aguero. He's physical. He's good in the air. When City is struggling, we put crosses in. We've missed physicality in the box. We've missed, everyone always says it, we're missing an Edin Dzeko style player. Well, Harry Kane is that. He's got a good shot on him. He knows where the goal is. He knows how to score goals. He's good in the air as well. It helps us in that area too. And to me, it's a big tick for me to bring Harry Kane in. I would love Harry Kane at Manchester City. I would pay a little bit more to bring Harry Kane in. How much more though? I probably wouldn't be looking at much more than £100 million. Perhaps Man City could maybe look towards including players in that deal. Which players that would be remains to be seen. Obviously, it's not going to be any of the players that are at in Manchester City's first team squad, and Spurs would probably be looking for players like that. But I'm sure there'll be other players out there that would be looking for more regular first team football that would go to Tottenham, because they'll still pay them a decent wage. It means they stay in the UK, and they get a move down to London, down to the capital as well. And trust me, for some reason, it doesn't make sense to me. But I'm from the UK, why you'd want to go and move down to London, but there we go. But lots of players get an appeal to move down to the capital, and so I imagine there'd be City players that's in the fringe, that would go to Tottenham knowing that they would get a starting place. Maybe that would be a way for us to bring the price down, but the only way that price comes down is if Harry Kane hands in a transfer request and says to Tottenham Hotspur, I want to leave. That's the only way he joins Manchester City. So I wouldn't get too excited about Harry Kane until that happens. I would say the same about Jack Grealish as well. Until Jack Grealish makes it clear to Aston Villa that he wants to leave, I wouldn't get too excited, because the prices that are being chucked out there, Man City simply will not be paying them prices, because that's not how we do our business, and we won't be doing our business, I'll tell you that right now. And people in the comments in the last video saying I was being negative. It's not negative, it's called realistic. That's what it is. Sounds negative, but it's realistic. We'll see what direction we go with. I said yesterday, things are starting to warm up. They're getting even warmer and even warmer. Loving it. Transfer news, cannot beat it. So I will be keeping everyone up to date with the latest Manchester City transfer news every single day, so you don't have to keep searching around seeing what's happening. You can just watch my videos and I'll keep you up to date every single day. That is a promise. So subscribe if you haven't already, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Don't forget also my social media links in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Twitch link as well in the description. Leave your thoughts on what you made of these transfers in the comments below, and lastly leave a thumbs up as well if you did enjoy this video. 500 likes is what we're aiming for if you want to see that video of a goalkeeping short sleeve review out there. I'd love to go and get the top, so if that's something that would interest you, then do leave a thumbs up. That would be fantastic. If we get 500 likes, I will do that video for you guys ASAP. So there we go, that's been the video. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. I've been JSGC. Peace. Ciao for now.